All right. Good evening, LinkedIn. Dave Wilson of the Ring of Horror Show. Hey, peak season. This is episode 2. I talked about 6 ways to win, and with peak season coming up, how crazy everybody's going to be getting very soon. So we'll be right back though after this video. You got to love that music. That whew, really gets your heart pumping there. Um, Tonight's show is for the high volume recruiters and some of the staffing agencies that are about ready to go through pure hell. That's what I call peak season 22. And yeah, in staffing, everybody knows what's going to hit around the end of September, and you're going to start wanting to build how you're going to get those 100, 200, 300 employees to fill your peak season. And we had talked about on the first show about ways to win. And, if for peak as a recruiter, you either have it or you don't. You're either going to work a lot of hours, you're going to get a lot of emails from your bosses, managers, the clients. Where's my staff? You said you get it there on a Monday morning, and you always dread that because the weekend, maybe 20 didn't show or 25 called off, and the client's upset, the staffing company's upset, the phones are ringing. God, that brings back the days. You got to love it, the adrenaline, and how do you fill your orders, and by making everyone happy. And logistical staffing, sometimes it's like an average of, you need like, maybe if you need 5 people, let's just say, you better have like 15 to get that 5 to actually at the end of the time show up and go to work. Because then excuse me, during peak, you have all the candidates that, I respectively say this, but the ones that are just spread around. They work for a staffing company 1 week, and then next week they're let go, and they'll go right to another one because another staffing company is going to pick them up just to get that body. It's a body fill, just to get that body fill in there for picking and everything, and seeing what you can do. So you got to figure out really ways of what's going to work for you. What do you do different now than you did last year? Every year it changes, and we're going to be, we always say peak season is going to be worse than the last. This one here, I don't know which way it's going to go. Last year's peak wasn't as bad, but you still had all those high sign-on bonuses. You had those high promotions, perks, and companies were really going after each other just to get that candidate. So listen, I've always been, you say no, I say yes, on different ideas. And you have to try things in peak seasons differently than you've ever thought about. Utilizing a software maybe for one thing, but also for 2 or 3 other things that you can utilize it for. TextUs is a great example. TextUs can be used for your texting program in everything from your job boards to your social media to your email campaigns to your signatures. every single thing you talk about, you could put down on the bottom here or text us, right? The number. Try to think of taking one thing and making some good ideas out of it and utilizing it in a different way. You got to think. I don't like that saying outside the box. I can't stand that. You really have to sit there. If you've ever watched House on a TV show, he would sit there with a tennis ball against the wall, and he would just bounce it and bounce it and bounce it until he got that great idea, and boom. They're the kind of things that you need to do. For example, I've told everybody, this is my great notes, 6 ways to win, right? I call it 6 ways to win. We talked about it on the first show, and I'm going to go over it real quick and then bring on to what I was discussed tonight. Is social media, it's expensive. Companies will say that right to you. Oh, we can't afford to have a social media company, right? It takes the budget. It does a lot, and it is expensive because some of the social media companies, the bigger ones, yeah, they got bills to pay, and they're just, I know what they're doing. They might say they're going to promote a job for you and they're going to boost it, but you don't get that one-on-one as if like a person like myself, or that's highly trained, or if you've trained and your recruiters. Remember, your recruiters are the best to train in social media. Give them the proper training, right? Give them it. Spend the money on the recruiters for social media. And I'm telling you, you're going to attract candidates that that don't even know about you. All right. Because they're not looking on the job boards. They're looking on the phones. Everybody knows it. The phone and phone and phone. I told everybody too, with football, blast those text us, right? I told it before, blast those text us campaigns, set them up for 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, right around the football games. And you're going to really get a lot of response because they're sitting in front of the TV looking on their phones. And that's just one of the ideas. But back to training your recruiters. If you set up a page correctly, and I've said this numerous times, if you promote the like page, right? And this was the 6 ways to win that I came up with. You're going to promote that page, $5, $10, $15 a day, whatever you want to spend. That's just, let it go. Don't touch it. Let it run at budget. It won't even go over, right? The next thing, you're going to promote your website. We talked about promote that website URL. Everywhere you're at, promote that URL. It's going to click right on your website. Easy apply. Make it easy to apply versus some of these companies. For God's sake, try to apply for your own job in one of your companies. You're going to be like, what the hell were they thinking? Apply. You're going to be like, the majority of people, something like 30%, I think it is, don't even, the ones that are really be a good fit too, don't even finish the application process because they get so frustrated, at trying to apply for it that it's just like a no-win. And so they just give up on it. So promote your website, put $10, $15 out on that. Let it go. Don't touch it. And do this now for peak season because it's going to take you about a good month or two to get out there. The next one, promote your events, right? I know job fairs, you want to do it on all the job boards, and that's great. Everything works. Let me tell you, listen, you need job boards as much as the cost, because when I had the company, it was really such a high cost, but the return wasn't there for me. And it all depends on what you're looking for. But again, promote your events through social media. Not everybody goes on Indeed, and not everybody goes on your job boards to see this, which that's still a good thing. You still need to do that, but you can lower the cost down on that and promote your events into social media. Again, you need to teach your recruiters how to run an ad. Marketing's great. Marketing, they're too busy to do social media campaigns. They might be able to put out a blast or something like that, but they're not going to be the one behind the scenes doing every little detail, trying to find your candidates, right? So promote the events I talked about. Promote your jobs, detailed targeting. I told you before, spend that money, but go to facebookblueprint.com. What's it? Meta.com, blueprint.com or something like that. Now it's all free. YouTube it, Google, whatever you need to do. There's a lot of great books out there on social media, on Amazon you can order. Listen, by doing that and also promoting the culture of the company in the social media ads, $5, $10 a day. Let me tell you, it's like a big circle, right? The end game is to win. You want those candidates. And by doing this, people say to me, well, if you're new on social media, would I go into a company and say, I'm going to guarantee I'm going to get you employees like that? You can pay me $2,500 a month, $5,000 a month, right? If you have a company real quick that's going to say they're going to guarantee you, you need to go look the other way. Because I'm telling you, I've been on social media for 10 years, studying it and learning and reading and just seeing what works. And I know it works and I know it doesn't. But I learn every time. I learn all the time because I get pissed off because I might have clicked on the wrong thing for detailed targeting and I'm not hitting the people that I want. So, for example, the power of video. I tell everybody the power of video on social media is going to be one of your best saviors through peak season. Don't do it. You're going to see other people doing it. I'm going to give you an example. If I was hiring forklift drivers and stuff like that in Brenningsville, Pennsylvania, I always use Blue Triton, right? They were formerly Nestle Waters. Chris Heckman, great friend of mine, is a recruiter out there. And they pay very well, $23 an hour, and even higher for your forklift drivers. Can you imagine getting on video? And I'm telling you, make them feel the pain and sit there with your phone. Hey, everybody, we're hiring forklift drivers. Guess what? You're only making $13, $14. Why don't you come down to Blue Triton in Brenningsville? We're going to pay you $23 an hour, right? Guess what? We're going to give you every other weekend off, all right? Guess what? We're going to have great benefits and explain the benefits, which are top notch, okay? They're going to tell you about all the different perks that they have, the holidays. Listen, when you get a bonus over there, guess what? They tax up. I love it, Chris. Tax up, Blue Triton. So if you were getting a $25 bonus, guess what? They're taxing that $25 up, so you get $25. My point is, if I tell you, say, hey, if you're working down in Bethlehem and you're only making that, why don't you come over here, right? That's it. Say, guess what? And the shifts are 12-hour shifts, all right? You might work 4 days. You might have 3 off, whatever. You'd have to look at the schedule, what they have there. But my point is, now that I just said that right now, and that's the truth about Blue Triton, this here is on LinkedIn Live. LinkedIn Live, LinkedIn for logistics workers. Listen, I never say never. You can put an ad on there, but on LinkedIn, I would go after clients and promote the company so people see that. But, this right now is being streamlined to 3 social media pages. It's going to a YouTube channel. It's going to Twitter. And it's also going on LinkedIn here. And think about it. I just said, if you're making $13 an hour as a forklift driver in the Lehigh Valley and you want to make double that, come on over to Blue Triton. One person sees this tonight. It's like, whoa, double, weekends off. You see my point is? Live video and recorded video is a way to go. Facebook, years ago, man, I'll tell you what, I was good. I could really dial it in, what area I was going for, what's the interests are, and to give you an example, if you've never seen, things like this, I'm going to run down them real quick. If you've never seen stuff like this, right? You've never seen stuff like this for social media, all these things, right? I'm just going right through them right now. Okay. This is all with Ads Manager. Okay. My point there is you haven't seen one more demographics right here. If you haven't seen any of those things right there, you don't know how to work social media. You're just putting that thing up there. The job, you can specifically go after supply chain management. You can specifically go after logistics, right? You can specifically go after 25-mile radius if you want. You can specifically go out the highest zip code. I don't get into all that kind of things, but as you dig into Ads Manager, there's so many different options. And as you make your changes, I let it go for 24 hours and I get anxious because I'm like, come on. When's these messages come? When these jobs coming? I should be getting more for the money that I'm spending. You might start out as Messenger right now, right, on an ad, maybe at $1.50 a click. My goal with the social media is I treat my company's money when I had my own company too, as my own, right? So I wanted to roll that into where I could get it down to maybe costing 50 cents a link to click on it, not $1.50. I can't afford that. No, you add that up over one day. Let me tell you, that's where a lot of your money is going to come in, and the money is just you're going to blow it out. Those people are going to promise you, hey, you're going to pay me $500 a week. I could do that in my sleep by just pushing the boost button. That's all it is, right? When you train your recruiters, again, like I've been talking to you about, and utilizing video, get them involved. Get your recruiters involved. There's a lot of great recruiters out there in logistics that, wouldn't it be nice? Just imagine this during peak season. Besides stress, losing your hair, everything, I love peak season. I live for it. I try to learn each and every year what I can do differently to make my team relax. I want my GM to sit back and say, hey, I ain't got nothing to worry about. I want my directors to say, wow, I ain't got nothing to worry about. I want to be able to just do my job during peak season, because if you leave your recruiters, I'm going to say, not like leave them alone. If you're getting the results, let it go. Let them do what it takes. Because as everybody keeps bothering them, putting that pressure on that recruiter's sometimes going to push back a little bit. And they're going to be like, wow, this is impossible. But can you imagine coming in on a Monday and having 50, 60 people that responded from Sunday, right? Can you imagine a bunch of phone calls saying, hey, I'm calling in reference to a job? Can you imagine bringing them in and hiring them and sending an email to your clients saying, hey, we got 20 people lined up. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. We got 20, but maybe 15 are going to show up. You got to try to put a little laughter in there too. I do, because I'm very honest. I mean, you get 20 people, I'm hoping 14, 15 show, but with social media, you're getting different candidates that you wouldn't have gotten before from Indeed and everything. These are candidates that might be working right now and haven't thought about leaving. But when they hear about Blue Triton, or when they hear about another company that's paying twice as much and a better shift on social media, that might draw their attention because it's a video. Video is a great way to understand each other, whether or not do you trust me when you watch my videos, right? I've been doing it for so long. Do you trust me to find you candidates? Do you think I'm just blowing it up your ass here, or I'm saying stuff saying stuff that I don't think you're going to think it's going to work? How's that? I wouldn't sit here and say these things if I didn't know that they didn't work. It's just a census for me to sit there and say, you know what? Hey, do these 6 things, and Dave says you're gonna win. You got to get your people and your staff involved, because let me tell you, promoting videos, 30-second clips, 30 second, right? Hey, Dave Wilson of Blue Triton, we're paying $23.95 for a forklift driver, weekends off. You're tired of not seeing your family. You want a little culture, family time. You want great benefits. You want vacation time. Come on down. Here's the directions, or apply here. That quick. Have all your information, URLs, all that, right? That's it. You promote that thing called through plays. It's called through plays, 3 seconds to 7 seconds. You're going to see the insights on that. You're going to be look a couple days. You're like, whoa, look at this, and you got it down to 25 cents or something like that. You've reduced your costs. You're going to be like, holy crow. If you took someone with the training that really knows what they're doing on social media, like I've been doing it for so many years, I say it again respectively, not this way to be wise, but if you put myself with 3 recruiters on this side, myself here with social media, know what I know, and a good amount of money, right? And those 3, I can bring in just as many candidates as those 3 can right there. And I say that respectively because you're trained to how actually use social media works. It's not just putting it up there. It's behind the scenes. And for those who know what I'm talking about, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of, oh shit, this didn't work. I just blew $50 for nothing, right? But there might be that time where you spent $50 and you got a lot of people for that amount of money, you'd be like, damn, I hit it. I'm in that right area. I'm in that zone. I'm going to get them. I got my 6 ways to win going out there. I'm hitting them in the morning. You're going to get them in the afternoon, because remember, whether it's video or it's your ads that you're running, you got them forever. Remember, when you click on a website anywhere online, you got them, right? That's your audience. You're never going to get rid of me. You're going to see my ads. You can block them. You can do what you want. You can say, but those ads are going to come to you, because what they do is you clicked on me. Guess what? You got me now for life. You got me now. As many times as I'm going to promote ads, my audience with you in it is going to be there. You're going to be like, damn, I'm seeing this friggin' ad again. Damn, there it goes again. That's just the way the system works when you click on everything online. Privacy, a lot of companies talk about privacy, right, with social media. They don't want the negativity. Well, a lot of people don't know it's even on videos, or even on when you do your ads, you can put no comments. You can put on there that nobody can comment, right? I recommend you put the comments, because you can respond to the comments. People put negative things on there. That's just normal, right? You can respond back to it. Google some of these companies. Google some of these staffing companies. And staffing companies, I will admit, get a bad rap, because you Google them. There is a few that work on getting some good reviews, but 2.2, 2.4, 2.8, 3. Listen, that's a good range if you can get a 3.0 sometimes within the staffing industry for high volume. When you can get that high, you really want to stand out in front of your candidates and your clients, right? You want them to come to you. So when a client sees the videos, they're going to see it. The videos constantly going around, they're going to be like, wow, we're going to keep this company. They're really this staffing company is really working hard for us. They got videos everywhere. I say video, the culture, right? Do a 30-second clip of the company inside the privacy, right? I get it. Privacy. Send it to the cloud. That's what I tell everybody. You want privacy? Back it up. Back it up to the cloud. You don't even know where the freaking cloud is. Back everything up to the cloud. You know who the cloud is because they know everything about you. But a lot of companies worry about privacy. I'm like, get freaking real. There's great softwares out there right now that are being offered for privacy, but you got to be willing to change. You got to be willing to look at this peak season and do what it takes for your company to make sure they succeed. Do it for your GM, do it for your VP, do it for your directors, do it for your staffing, because as a recruiter, you set the tone for everybody within that company. Because if you just sit back and say, F it, we're having a hard time finding people. We can't find people. Bull. They're there, but you got to think about, utilize the tools of use your job boards, use all them, but capture those social media platforms correctly, not just putting it on there. Because sometimes you go online, I guarantee you go to some of these job boards. I've told people before, look online on them. They're horrible. And it's not, I don't blame the recruiter. I really don't. I blame the management. Because if the management isn't looking at some of the ads the way they're posted, come on, put a little friggin' effort into it. But if you put a nice image, right, of your company, a nice, sharp image, some companies will go to, well, it's illegal. You can't use certain images on Google. Google provides you with images that are for free. All right, so just a little drop down. It's free and it's legal. I've seen companies use it. I've used it numerous times. You're not going to get in trouble for Google is giving you images for free, or use your own within your company. Make yourself some good branded ones up, and everybody gets to use these certain ones. But listen to your recruiters too on the marketing team of what you should do. I always like to tell people, make them feel the pain in that image, the pain of it, right? But offer a solution. Feel the pain, offer a solution. So, hey, we can't find people. We got this going on. We're having a hard time. People quitting, working, not seeing their families. No, the culture, bad benefits, right? Offer them a solution of either new software that's going to help, right? These new softwares out there, give it a chance. I am telling you, one of the great companies is Hootsuite. right? Hootsuite, I can't say enough about. You can run 25 platforms off of that. I can run 4 to 5 companies, which I was doing up to 10 at one time for social media consulting, running their ads for them. All I was doing was just posting the ads for them because I can do that. I can post your ads. I can put on there. I can say, hey, here's a budget. Here's the cost for myself. This should be your return. I'm going to show you the insights. I'm going to be as honest as hell with you. I'm going to provide you a PowerPoint every week. Here you go. If I can't succeed, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you that I don't think I'm going to be able to help you out as much, because there are certain areas for logistics staffing that it's hard to find people. When I see a company, for example, they set up these logistics centers in these freaking cow fields. They put them in a cow field and they put them 50 minutes out off of 78. And they wonder why we can't get people when you're paying $12, $13 an hour. You wonder why. You put it in a cow field and you want to get the people. But my point here is I can tell by running a pre-ad, right? I'll do a pre-ad. I would never take on a client that I wouldn't do something myself. I'd run my ad. I'd spend a little bit of my own money just to see if I can be successful. I'd be like, oh, wow, I think I can do something for this company. But when you put on one of these cow fields out here, one of these logistics centers, and I put in 25-mile radius, everything that I did over here in the Lehigh Valley, and it just drops. It just drops. Like when you go from, let me see if I can find you here, in the demographics right here, there's this little needle up here called audience definition. And when you get into your 25 to 30 mile radiuses, I can see that. I'm like, whoa, it's still in the red. Let me go up to 30-mile radius. Let me go up to 40-mile radius just to bring that needle up. And I'm like, what the freaking hell are they thinking? The cost, you can get people. Excuse me. You can get people, and you can staff in these places. You got to come up with creative ways, either great perks. It's not always the hourly rate. Shifts can really change a lot when you put on a normal human being shift for families. When you put that 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7, you're a win. You're going to win. Or 7 to 7 nights, 7 to 7 days. The old school, 7 to 3, kids, because of kids getting out of school, and now it's both parents taking care of the children. There's all different things. But if you really put a great shift in there and you throw a weekend off, or you throw every other weekend off somehow, I know logistics people are going to say, oh, you can't give off. Yeah, yes, you can. It's just that you don't think about it. You don't sit back and say, wow, I'm a leader. I'm a manager. Let's get the VPs. Let's get the higher ups saying, how can we win? How can we get logistic people to come out here in the middle of a cornfield, drive 40 miles? Okay. Like I said, it could be hourly rate. You're probably that's the only way you're really going to win right there, is you're going to crank that up. You got no choice. There's nothing, unless you're just saying no background, right? No background, you'll fill it, but no drug screen, you'll fill it. Just do that and give about a $12, $13 an hour range, and you'll fill the orders respectively there, because it's easy and people don't have to worry if, and I'm not against second chances. I believe in second chances. I'm really strong for that. And that's not my intent of saying about for a background check, but some people get very nervous of if they have something small, they can't find a job, and that's not fair. So when they go over to a place that's offering with no background drug screen, it's a win. But my point there is, you have to stand out and figure out a way how to get those candidates to you in the middle of a cornfield. There's no bus route. You'll be like, oh, Jesus, no friggin' bus route. You're going to put it on the negative side. Then you're going to say, oh, wow, $12, $13 an hour. No, that's a friggin' negative. Then you're going to put on there, the reviews. Oh, my God, 1.8. That's negative. There's so many negative things, but try to start turning your mindset. What's it going to take to get the yes? Like, I think I can do this. We think we can do this. We can run a great campaign on social media platforms, good ones, right? Professional. Keep it professional. Fridays, have your little fun, but just keep the videos professional. You know, not everybody's just at job fairs jumping up and down, and doing all these crazy little things. You're not reaching that candidate that you want. Get out there and just be professional with it, and you're going to see it with the videos. So again, I'm going to call it a night now. Video on social media, and you'll win. All right. Promote 30-second videos. Ask any of your recruiters to get involved. Go to facebookblueprint.com free and metablueprint.com free, right? Free. Tell your recruiters. There you go. Take an hour. Take some of the courses there. Some of them are 15 minutes, some of them are 30 minutes. You know, you have a lot to choose from. And again, the 6 ways to win. You can message me. I can send you the information about that. But on that note, peak, it's coming, and don't go negative. Stay positive as you can. Work with your team. If you got new recruiters and new management, and listen to their ideas. You worked up as a leader. Now's the time. You got that position because you worked your way up, but things change. Old school isn't always the way to go. You still use some of it, but some of these new softwares out there, give it a chance. Don't say no so fast. Do your research. Take it to the next level. Press your issue. What's doing now? How are you making out now? Are you winning? Are you struggling for staff? There's a reason you're struggling for staff. There's a reason why you can't get those people in there. There's a reason why they're calling off all the time. There's a reason why that they're job hopping from one to another because of all these different things going on in the Valley. So take your team, sit down, take it about an hour a week and just brainstorm on some ideas and listen. Listen to your staff, and you're going to win. So we'll be back on Sunday night with another great show. But next week, part 3 series, I want to actually take you through how to design ads and really, really clamp down. And if you listen to some of these, listen, do I guarantee everything? No, but do I want to make my life easier and my team, my management team? I want to show them. I want them to sit there and say, peak season. Listen. Again, I live for peak season because that adrenaline's there. I want to beat you. I want to take your employees that are to my left and to my right, and I want to bring them to me. And I don't care what I got to do it. Does not matter to me who you are over here, who you are. I'm going to get my message on social media from here to you. And then you're going to be the ones over here struggling, saying, damn, what the hell happened? Where's all our candidates? They're over with Dave. So on that note, everybody, have a great night. And it's always great to talk about social media. I love it. We'll be back in a couple of days. Gotta play it. If it plays, let's see. What did I do here? There we go. See, of course, sometimes some things don't work. So let's try this. It's not going to work. So on that end, everybody, have a great night.